Yo, what's up guys? It's Noah here, and in today's video, I'm going to be talking through a couple player props I like on Prizepicks for tonight's NBA slate on Wednesday, November the 29th. We've got a 7-game slate for tonight, so a decent sized slate. I got 2 early props, guys, that I do like for tonight's NBA slate. As always, we are going to talk through each one of these 2 plays and share why I like them. Before we do get started though, if you guys do enjoy these Prizepicks videos and if they do help you out, make sure you hit that like button down below, hit that subscribe button if you have not yet, and if you guys don't have an account over on Prizepicks, you can sign up for Prizepicks linked down below in the description, or just when you sign up, make sure to use promo code NOAH. You will get your first deposit matched up to $100 when you do sign up for Prizepicks with my promo code. And we do also have a partnership with Sleeper, and if you guys don't have an account over on Sleeper, you can sign up for Sleeper as well using promo code NOAH and get your first deposit matched up to $100 over there. Now, if you don't know what Sleeper is, they are a DFS app, a player prop app, very similar to Prizepicks and a lot of these other DFS pick'em apps that you do see around the industry. But on Sleeper, you are able to win some really big payouts, or you're able to win some really big money. They offer high payouts. You can win up to 100x your money over on Sleeper. So if you are one of those people that does like to chase those high payouts, I do recommend giving Sleeper a try. Take a look at what they have to offer. And again, if you don't have an account over on Sleeper, download their app either on the App Store or Google Play Store if you have an iPhone or Android. I think they do have an app for both. Download their app, use that promo code NOAH when you sign up, and you will get your first deposit matched up to $100 over on Sleeper. Be sure to check them out if you guys have not yet. But let's go ahead and talk through 2 props I'm liking for Wednesday's NBA slate, guys. Got a fantasy score prop that I'm liking for today, and then I have an assist prop that I'm liking. So first off, we're going to take a look at the fantasy score prop. We're going to look at Cade Cunningham's fantasy score of 38.5. And I do like the over here, so more than 38.5 fantasy score for Cade Cunningham. Now, if you look at Cade Cunningham's game log lately and just like this season, it's been pretty inconsistent, I will be honest. Like, Cade's had some good games, but he's also had some bad games. But if you look at like the underlying usage for Cade, it's really, really good. So he's leading the team with a 30% usage rate this season. So he's had really, really good usage. Anytime you see usage rates like over 30%, that's when that's when you're reaching like elite territory with guys, some of like the highest usage players in the league, like Luka and those type of guys. Obviously, Cade doesn't have the usage that a guy like Luka does, but over a 30% usage rate is very promising. And if you look at like his touches, like touch time, he's got the ball in his hands a ton. Like, the usage has been great. He's 5th in the NBA in touches per game. So only Nikola Jokic, Tyrese Halliburton, Tyrese Maxey, and Domantas Sabonis, only those 4 guys average more touches per game than Cade Cunningham. And if you look at his time of possession, like, he's got great time of possession. 7.1 minutes of touch time, so the ball is in his hands a ton. And if you look at his drives per game, he is driving to the basket a lot this season. 2nd in the NBA in drives per game. Only SGA is averaging more drives per game this season than Cade Cunningham. So the usage rate is incredibly high for Cade. He's got the ball in his hands a ton. He's driving to the basket a ton. I think the reason that his fantasy lines have been, if you look at his fantasy scores and like how he's played this season, I think for one thing, he's averaging 4.5 turnovers per game this year, which is by far the highest of his career. He's never been, he's a guy that will turn the ball over some, but like last season, Cade averaged, I want to say he averaged like 3.5 turnovers per game. Yeah, let's see. Have it pulled up real quick. So last season, I think he averaged I want to say 3.5 turnovers per game. This season, he's averaging 4.5 turnovers per game. So he's been turning the ball over way more than he did last season. He's also not really been shooting the ball that well. Like, he's had a lot of inefficient shooting games. There's only been one game this season where he's even shot 50% from the field. Literally every game this season besides one, he's shot worse than 50% from the field. So his shooting efficiency has been really bad. He's been turning the ball over a lot. But those are things that can positively regress. Like, he can obviously start shooting the ball better. He can he can stop turning the ball over so much. And I think when that happens, you're going to see Cade start to put up some really good fantasy games because he does have the ball in his hands so much. He is driving to the basket a lot. He is someone that can get rebounds as well. He can get assists. He can at times get some steals and those defensive stats. So Cade is typically a solid per minute producer. This season, he's averaged over a fantasy point per minute. He typically will play pretty big minutes on a nightly basis. Like, this season, he's averaging 36 minutes per game. I know last game against the Wizards, he didn't play huge minutes, but he was still really productive in that game. Had 44.5 fantasy points and only 32 minutes. But the game before that against the Pacers, he played 38 minutes. Against Denver, he played 38 minutes. If this game's competitive against the Lakers, which I think it will be, the Pistons are playing at home here. The spread is only 6.5. If this game's competitive, I think we're going to get 36, 37, 38 minutes from Cade Cunningham. He should average over a fantasy point per minute when he's on the floor. And I like this matchup for him against the Lakers. I think the Lakers are most vulnerable against guards, point guards specifically. That's kind of where they've been allowing the most fantasy points this season. So if I was going to, attack the Lakers, I think I would want to do it like with the point guard position. So I like this spot quite a bit for Cade Cunningham. I think this fantasy score line of 38.5 is a bit too low. I would probably have this line at like 40.5. I think 38.5 is a couple points too low. So that's the first play I like for tonight is Cade Cunningham, more than 38.5 fantasy score. And then the other play I like to pair with that, we're going to look at Kevin Durant's assist prop of 4.5. And I also like the over here. So more than 4.5 assists for Kevin Durant. Now, if you look at Kevin Durant's game log lately, he's been getting up a ton of assists, or he's racking up a ton of assists. Now, last game against the Warriors, he did only have 2 assists, but the game before that against Portland, 9 assists, against Utah, 10. The previous game against Utah, 9, and then against Minnesota, 6. And it's worth noting that all of these last 5 games have been with Devin Booker. Now, Kevin Durant has played a good amount of games this season without Devin Booker because Devin Booker has been injured. But right now, Booker's healthy. In the last 5 games he's played with Booker. This season, Durant is averaging I think, 11 potential assists per game, 10.9. So pretty much averaging 11 potential assists per game. And, you got to factor in some of those games were with Booker. Well, if you look at over his last 5 games, all have been with Devin Booker. He's actually leading the team in potential assists over their last 5 games, 14 potential assists per game for Kevin Durant lately. He's been playing a ton of minutes lately as well. I know one of their recent games, I think it was that game against Utah. I want to say that game, one of those games went to like double overtime. So yeah, like the game against Utah, this one on November 19th, I'm pretty sure that game did go to double overtime because Kevin Durant played 46 minutes. But even if you take out that game, the double overtime game, I mean, last game against Golden State, he played 34 minutes, and I'm pretty sure he got subbed out early because that game was trending towards a blowout. This game against Portland, he played 37 minutes. Against Utah here, he played 33.5 minutes. Against Minnesota, he played 35 minutes. Like, he's playing a ton of minutes right now. He's averaging nearly 37 minutes per game. Durant's going to be out there for 36, 37, 38 minutes. This should be a competitive game against the Raptors. The spread just has it's just a 3.5 point spread right now. I do want to mention that Durant is questionable for today, so we will have to keep an eye on that. But he did practice on Tuesday, so I'm assuming Durant probably plays today. I would be surprised if he sat out. If Durant doesn't play, and if you run these 2 picks as a 2-pick entry, then you'll just get a refund. Like Durant will be a DMP, and then you can just refund the 2-pick entry. But I am expecting Durant to play here, and his assist numbers have been really strong lately. Even with Devin Booker, he's been averaging 14 potential assists over their last 5 games with Booker, playing a ton of minutes. Booker and Durant have been the 2 guys really dominating the ball handling, getting a lot of the assist numbers. Because if you look over that 5-game stretch, Durant's averaging 14 potential assists per game, Booker 13.6. The next highest guy is Grayson Allen at 6.5 potential assists per game. So clearly, there's a big drop off once you get off of Durant and Booker. It's a big drop off down to the next guy. That's a good thing because you're just seeing so many of the assisted baskets from the Suns are either being assisted by Durant or Booker. And getting this line at 4.5, I do like quite a bit. I think Durant can get us 5 assists here. And right now on DK Sportsbook, they do have juice on the over on this prop around -125. I know -125 is not crazy juice, but this is a prop that I do like today. Going to be taking Kevin Durant to have more than 4.5 assists. So these are 2 early props, guys, I'm liking for Wednesday's NBA slate. As always, I will be sharing some more props that I like for today. I do post those over on Patreon. So once we get some more props, I see there's some more fantasy scores getting added right now. I'm going to take a look at all these and see if I can find 3, 4, 5 additional plays I like for today. I'll post those over on Patreon. So if you guys want to check that out, the Patreon is linked down below in the description. Check that out if you are interested. But hopefully we can hit both these plays and make some money tonight. As always, appreciate you guys watching the video, supporting the content. Hit that like button if you guys did enjoy. Hit that subscribe button if you have not yet. And again, guys, if you don't have an account over on Prizepicks, be sure to sign up for Prizepicks. Use that promo code NOAH when you do sign up, and you will get your first deposit matched up to $100. But that's all that I got for tonight, guys. Good luck on the slate. Appreciate you guys watching the video. As always, we will see you in the next one. Peace.